So I guess you can call this part 2 of what's wrong with the Fiat 124 Spider camshaft. Now, there is another video I posted the other day. I'll link it up top. I'll put it below if you want to watch it. I think that'll be good for you if you're not familiar with this issue. I'm going to overlay some videos real quick as I'm talking, and then towards the end of the video, we're actually going to show you if the issue resolved itself as I'm driving home. So basically, we went to Donnie over at New Jersey Speed Shop. We looked at the camshaft because a lot of folks who had the same symptoms of me, I might slide in just a quick clip of an example of how the exhaust sounded just under idle. So it's extremely rough, as you can hear. It was misfiring on cylinder 4, and I would get this randomly just when I am stopped at a red light. If I go wide open throttle, the logs look great. But when I'm stopped at a red light or a stop sign or something, not all the time, which makes it even more weird and confusing, but sometimes the idle would get extremely rough. It would feel like the car wants to kind of stall, the revs would drop really low and pick back up, and then at times it would also be that mixed with some misfiring in cylinder 4. Now everyone else who had this issue had issues with their camshaft, with these symptoms I should say, and everyone who had these symptoms had issues with their camshaft, and I'll put a couple photos on screen, and as we take the engine apart a little bit and look at the camshaft and look at the spark plugs and do everything, I'll reference those photos with what we see on my camshaft, as well as Donnie scoped the engine a little bit, put the camera down there, look at the pistons, and everything actually looked pretty good. I think he said it was just a little bit of oil pulled up, nothing crazy. There was a speck of something that could have just fell and obviously just disintegrated itself as we drove afterwards. And the only other thing was the gap on, I think it was cylinder 1, but one of the spark plugs was gapped at 0.026. And the plugs I get come pre-gapped from Mirror Compulsion at 0.023 to 0.024 from recollection. So it could have either been pre-gapped wrong, or it could have just happened while it was in the car. Donnie said that could happen just over the course of time and driving and everything. So like I said, I'm going to play the video. You guys are probably just watching it. And then we're going to get to the point where we're going to be looking at the camshaft itself. Anything specific you're looking for?
Metal. Dirt. It looks good to me. Looking good to me.
Still looks good? I'm gonna have to take some macro photos because people in the group are not thinking it's fine. They think I'm still camshafted. So at this point you can see the camshaft. The lobe all the way in the rear closest to the firewall is the one where everyone is having issues with. I'm gonna put some photos on screen from other people, and then comparing it to mine looks absolutely beautiful. There is nothing wrong with it. From some certain angles it might be hard to tell, so I do have different photos that I'll kind of pop on screen, and you can see perfectly from the side, the top, all different angles, even a couple of videos that I took. It looked perfect. So it was kind of surprising, to be honest, because we all thought, everyone in the Discord, even myself at this point, was like, yeah, I'm starting to develop this issue. We need to figure out what is causing it. More importantly, it's not that the camshaft is randomly just grinding like this and whatever. It's something that's causing it. Everyone thinks it's oil related, but we really don't have a solid foundation yet of like, yes, this is it. And without knowing what it is, it's very hard to find a fix for something. Something is causing this issue. Now, fortunately, I don't have the issue. Could it be that I am building up to it? I don't know. We still don't know. It could be possible that my car is going to develop that issue, and that's why I'm having the same symptoms, and maybe the other folks had it and it either happened quicker or the symptoms weren't as noticeable, so they drove with minor symptoms more and then it happened. I don't know, really. I genuinely don't know. But as of right now, I don't have that camshaft issue, so to say. I'm just having some symptoms. But did the symptoms fix themselves on the drive home? Let's go to the drive home video, and basically you'll see it and see what happens. During that drive home, I probably have about 9-10 stops at red lights. I was data logging, and you're just going to see it. I'll kind of skim through as I stop at red lights and everything, and we'll see if the issue still happened, if it fixed itself, what the variables were. There were some changes that were done that I do cover in that drive home video, so instead of repeating myself now, we're just going to jump right into that video. You can watch it, and then as always, if you enjoy it, drop a comment, give it a like, subscribe for more, check out drivendistrict.com for some merch, performance parts and whatnot. So yeah, let's dive right into it. Yeah. First red light, it'll probably, who knows, maybe it won't happen again. It'll be fucking crazy if it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not going to understand if it doesn't happen. Like, I don't know. All right, that was a long day. And the car was on for about 10 minutes in his shop, and it did not misfire, nor did it have any rough idle or anything. I can almost assure you if I come to this red light, it might happen, because that's what it seems like it happens. It seems like it happens after I just drive just a little bit. But we'll see. I'm data logging. I have the screen next to me to the right. I guess I won't be stopping too much. Oh, green light. So yeah, the camshaft looked good. It did not have the wear that a lot of the other folks had when they had similar symptoms that I did. So the only other logical explanation is maybe I'm on the pathway to what they had. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I keep driving the car, then maybe it can develop that. And maybe I don't have it yet and I'm having the symptoms. Maybe they had the symptoms and they drove too long with it. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing. Like, I don't freaking know. I don't know. All I know is it's freaking 10 o'clock, past 10 o'clock, and I did not eat dinner. Woo, we got cops over there. I got to yield here for sure. Okay, looks like we're not going to really get on it too much. So, yeah, I just have this GoPro going in case it picks anything up or catches anything, but I don't know, man. I don't freaking know anymore. I'm probably going to put music on and drive home, so I'll leave it going just in case, but whatever. Alright, first red light. Let's see. No misfires. Idle is fine. That was the first red light. This would be insane. This would be insane if it actually doesn't do it anymore. Like, even Donnie and I were talking, I was like, how crazy would it be if it just doesn't do it anymore? It just needed the magical touch of Donnie doing things in the engine, massaging it a little bit. I don't think it's not going to happen. You know, I got a feeling it's going to happen because it's going to happen. So we're just going to have to wait and see if it happens. That's why I'm recording this ride. I'll probably skip around, and if it does happen, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Alright, we're about to come up to a red light. Let's see if we can actually make it without it turning green. I want to stop. God damn it. I actually want to stop at a red light, and I've been hitting every green light now. Maybe we'll go a little bit on throttle. We only hit 25.6. Pop, 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 pop. Almost full throttle, the way the throttle sensitivity is tuned. I just want to get on throttle, make sure, you know, no hoses pop off or anything, since we took so many things apart and whatnot. Boost, well, I was literally just saying, make sure the boost gauge is working, and now the boost gauge stopped working. misfiring. Not misfiring, and I'm just listening. Yeah, the revs are fine. There's like a tiny hiccup in the beginning. That was it. Like, that's crazy. I still don't have my hopes up in the sense of like, oh, it fixed it, but who knows? The only other thing that Donnie did, let me just say, I want to do another little pull. Alright, that was full-blown wide open throttle. Full-blown wide open throttle. Peak boost 25.8 is definitely cooler. Tonight it's 57 degrees out. The car feels great. Okay, so there's another variable. One, it's in the 50s. It's never been in the 50s when I've driven my car recently. It's just that time frame when temps are dropping at night. Okay, ready? 0 misfires reading on my laptop. Idle is smooth. Exhaust sounds normal to my ears. So the variable number 1 is what I was just saying, which is basically, it's a lot cooler outside today. The other variable, which is just one thing that Donnie did, was one of the plugs. So cylinder 1 had the plugs gap. Okay, so let me just reiterate everything. I bought the plugs, the NGK plugs from Euro Compulsion, which come pre-gapped. I believe it's 0.023 to 0.024. Now Donnie did say that they can change just over time, driving, etc. So cylinder 1 was 0.06 from recollection. If I'm wrong, I'll post it or whatever. And then 2, 3, and 4 were 0.022 to 0.023. So he regapped that 0.026 closer to that 0.023 area, so to say. Can one being off that much cause the misfire and the rough idle and everything? I don't know. People are telling me no. Some people tell me yes. I don't know enough to put a conclusive answer on that because I genuinely don't know. But in my eyes, it's a variable that could cause issues to a degree. So, like I said, the two main changes today, if for some reason it does not have a misfire and rough idle, which is what now would be the third or fourth red light that I'm about to come up to. By now it would have happened already. If it still doesn't, the two variables, and this red light's gonna be very short, I think. I think it had like 1 maybe. Yeah, smooth still. So yeah, the two variables are cooler temperatures. We're in the 50s instead of like 70s, 80s or whatever. And one of the plugs that was 0.26. The other 3 were 0.22 to 2.3. I don't know exactly what he did. I just asked him to do it, so I'm assuming it's, you know, near that 0.023 range. So it's regapping one of the plugs better and cooler temps. If we needed to put, why would it not be doing it now? Off the top of my head, those are the two things. Obviously, opening everything, disassembling some of the hoses, this, that, just opening her up in general, you know, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I don't have a lot of experience. I'm just kind of sharing my journey, sharing things along the way. All right, let me stop the car. Ready? 0 misfires. 0 misfires, and it's smooth. Wow. And I did go wide open throttle before too. At first I thought maybe wide open throttle can cause it, and then stopping, heat, this, that. It is cooler out, so mind you, going wide open throttle now is still not the same as wide open throttle in 80-degree weather where the IATs are a lot warmer and the EGTs get a lot hotter. I'm assuming now things are not as warm. And I'm not going crazy like second, third, fourth gear like when I'm doing some other types of pulls and data logs. I just kind of rolled in on second, third, fourth, a little bit here separate. And so far, so good. Fourth gear, I'm just going to ease in a bit. Why is my boost gauge not working now? Come on! I got to figure out what the hell's going on here. Okay, first let's go to... Alright, red light again. Idle's good, no misfires. Exhaust sounds a little burbly, but it doesn't sound out of the ordinary. It doesn't sound like it did the other day where you could literally like hear it kind of like misfiring and just being very like unsettling. That's not like that anymore. This is just your normal 1.4 liter abarth burble that it has. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Alright, let's see. Oh, of course, another up to another red light. Can we cross our fingers and still be good? No misfires. Idling beautifully. This is insane. Because now I'm almost home. I'm like 20 minutes into this drive, I think. 15 to 20. Like, I know it's nighttime, so there's not a lot of traffic, but his shop usually takes a good 20, 30 minutes to get to. So we're like almost 20 minutes. Wow. Wow, that pulls hard. Whoa, this is boost weather. This is the first time I've actually driven in boost weather. And that felt good. And that was not even wide open throttle. I just eased into it, 23 pounds. Holy shit. Oh man, if this car doesn't have these issues anymore, this is gonna be fun. Let's see, ready? So far, so good. So far, so good. That was not wide open throttle. It was just a little easing into it. Peak boost 25.6. That was nice. Third gear for some reason just felt awesome before. I guess because I had to kind of ease into that one. But so far so good. And we're going to see when I pull in my driveway if it misfires and idles rough or not. I can already tell it's smooth because doing this, like trying to creep up to my RSX is usually not fun when the idle's all wonky. All right, we're home. The idle is smooth. It's idling at 760. I'm looking at the laptop right now. Misfires are 0, and I can tell the exhaust note is smooth. I'm gonna roll down the left window. Yeah. That is smooth. I could tell 100% because in my other videos you could hear it too. 770, 750. Yeah, idles between 750 and 770. It's not dropping. There's no misfire. This is good so far. I cannot guarantee it's not going to come back or anything, but Donnie's magic touch mixed with gapping one of the plugs better, mixed with cooler temps. So far, so good. That's all I can say for today.